talk about the job Richie James did as your punt returner, please?
No, Richie did a great job. He did. He did a good job of fielding the ball and making some plays out in space. So, you know, it's good to see that unit come together. I think we have potentially have the makings of a really good punt return unit, and obviously it starts with the guy with the ball in his hands. But he did a really nice job. There's a couple things that I wish he did better, but he did a good job.
What are those? I think that was the highest punt return average you've had in a while. I know it's only one game, but what does Richie do that just makes him so? He looked like a natural back there. So
he is. I mean, he is a natural back there. He did a good job of, you know, obviously fielding the ball and then making people miss in space. And when he hit it, and that's the thing we have to have. You know, returner getting hard, straight, vertical, as far as getting the ball up the field.
Do you want him to hit it sooner? He sort of.
Yeah, he had the one where he should have hit it a little sooner, and we talked about that, and we'll get that fixed moving forward.
It seemed like you said something to him in the game, because then like you came out another one and he just went straight upfield. How much was that a point of emphasis during the game?
Yes. When you outkick the coverage like they do, you know, we have to take advantage of those opportunities that we get. Those are lost opportunities when you don't. It could be the difference between, you know, 15 yards or a house call. You know what I mean? It's just when teams do that, they put themselves in that situation. You have to take advantage of those situations.
That certainly is not the first time that you guys have been in a situation where a team is lining up for a field goal at the gun. It seems to happen quite often. Did you bring any of that up to your guys, what happened in Washington last year in the small time that you had to talk to them?
You know, obviously, you know, there's two types of knowledge in life, right? Borrowed and bought. We bought that one in Washington last year. So those guys that were in the situation understand it. You know, we've learned from that, and more than anything, we didn't want to take away any aggressiveness. We still want to be aggressive. Dex is doing a great job all day of rushing over the top of the guard. So we had the block that we like on, and if the kicker would have kicked it where he was supposed to, we might have blocked it. So. But it was good to be on the other side of that for once.
Something happened on the bad snap, or just a bad?
Just bad snap. I mean, it's, you know, no excuses, and I'm sure Casey will be the first one to tell you. It's just a bad snap. I haven't seen one of those since he's been here, like in practice or anything. So it's a one-off deal, and you know, move on from it.
He's healthy, right?
Yeah, he's fine.
On that first punt return, did he outkick the coverage?
Yeah. yeah. It's you know, there was a few things that went wrong on that one, and but yeah, we cleaned it up, and we'll get it fixed moving forward.
You're obviously big on hang time. How did you feel his consistency was? Maybe
it's a little off. It was a little off. It wasn't exactly what we wanted, and he knows that. But you know, a lot of times when you go through the process of making a change, and it's one thing to do it out here in practice. It's a whole nother thing to get in the game and feel that game pressure, and you know what I mean. It's a whole different scenario. So he needs to get a couple more game reps so he can feel more comfortable trying to do different things in the game that he's been trying to do. So he'll get there.
On the muff punt, did he do anything funky with, or was that just a muff?
I think it was just a muff. You know, it's a lefty spin, which is a little different. It's a couple percentage points higher than a righty spin where muffs happen. So I mean, it's kind of the advantage of having a left-footed punter, and the guy was he's a rookie, so young players make mistakes.
Nick McLeod was your player of the game. I know he's banged up, but what did you like? What did you see that
Nick made 2 tackles? Yeah, he had 2 tackles, and he had like 4 forced fair catches, and you know, that's something we hadn't had in a while from that spot. And it was good to have.
I want to ask you about Cam Brown, if I could. Does he remind you a little bit about Chase when Chase was with you, as far as the traction, the trajectory of his, you know, contributions?
Yes. You know, obviously when Chase was here, there were a lot more kicks to cover, and Chase had way more opportunities than Cam, but Cam's a playmaker, and you know, I think Cam's best football is ahead of him, but I do, as far as being able to make plays in space and just being physical and production-wise, yeah, they're very similar.
More versatile, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, he's and Chase would be the first one to tell you he's way more athletic than Chase was. But Chase was a whole lot more. It was a different kind of linebacker back then. 6'4", 240-something pounds, and he's physical. Just a different game.
Let's take three more.
Why is that? Do you think that the lefty spin has more loss than?
Well, for a long time, you didn't see the lefty spin.
Okay.
Right? A lot of, percentage-wise, you didn't see a lot of left-footed punters. And now in the league it's a lot more lefties in than probably ever before. So it was just a spin that was opposite of a right-footed punter.
Can you simulate it out of the jugs out here to spin the ball with lefty if you're going to?
We don't have to. We got a lefty.
You've been
T-Mac, you're always pretty good on league stuff. I'm curious, did you see the end of the Steelers-Bengals game, the blocked PAT?
I did not. Not yet.
Okay, well,
I'll see it.
The last play of the game, they blocked the PAT.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they would have lost.
Right.
So my question was, do you have some trick up your sleeve to when you have to have a PAT?
I'm not going to tell you that.
I'm not saying what it is. I'm just saying do special teams coordinators have we don't do it every time, but we absolutely have to have it. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, and most of them call it a gotta have it rush.
Does Breda being right there and down the field in front of him when he's catching that punt, does he get credit for influencing the play there?
Yeah, he does. It's when you're down there and you're pushing the guy down in front, and he's got to look at the ball and then feel that pressure on top of it. That's tough. It is. It's tough.
Tom, you've been around here a long time, and you've seen a lot of losing. I mean, is there a sensible, or can you feel something about winning that first game? Different mood, different feeling?
Yeah, obviously, anytime you can open up the game, open up the season with a road win against a team like Tennessee, that's a no-brainer. That puts you in a good mood, obviously, as players and coaches, and you feel good about yourself moving forward. But again, that's one game, right? So it's better than the alternative, for sure. But it's one game, and now the focus goes to Carolina and trying to take that next step.
When's the last time you had that feel here?
It's been a while. I haven't had it here. It's been the first time I was here. And even then, we used to always open with Dallas on the road. So, it's been a while since I've had it.
After, you kind of talked about the gotta have it rush. Once you use it, once you put it out there, do you then have to go back and change it and adjust it because now it's on film for somebody? You gotta have it a little bit different?
Yeah, weekly you normally have a different gotta have it rush. It's not always the same one. But yeah, it's normally you use it in the time where you have to have it. And you normally change it every week.